Brandon, you had two really big threes in the last few minutes of the game. In between those threes, you also had the defensive rebound that hooked up Gary's shot on the other side. Just how good did you feel within the flow of the offense in your first game back?
From a performance standpoint, pretty good. I could tell I'm not 100% kind of defensively because it's like a nervous feeling when you come back from something with your back. Every movement you make, kind of goes through your back. So just being able to trust myself with different movements that I'm accustomed to making is something I was trying to get. But, teammates did a good job of setting me up for two open shots. I didn't have to move much.
Can you feel when Jimmy starts to kind of crank up the aggression offensively out there?
I think so. I think there's just understanding. Like you see him get to the line a couple of times, or he makes a few shots that we just give him his space or give him his matchup that he wants, and just kind of let things play out from there. I think it works because he's such a willing passer, and so as soon as another man comes to help the initial defender, he always just makes the simple play. And that's why some of the games you see him score like 4 points or 6 points, it's because teams are throwing two at him and he's just making the simple play over and over again. And I think that's what makes him a great player because, he easily could have shot the ball, 20, 25 times tonight if he wanted to. But to have 10 assists, it's pretty good.
Being forced to play without Steph tonight, but with Jimmy, what can you guys learn from an experience like that?
Say that again?
Yeah, what can you learn from playing a game with Jimmy but without Steph?
I think it allows everybody to you understand what Steph brings, and without that, there's a lot of fulfillment that needs to go on. And so I think everybody plays, a little bit more confident out there, understands that there's going to be more shots for them. And so, like I said, they're both great players, different in their own right. And so game to game, if Jimmy's out or Steph's out, you just got to adjust how you play a little bit, and that's fine because we have good players.
Brandon, you've seen a lot of great Draymond games, but how would you describe the way that he took on the challenge tonight of guarding Giannis?
Yeah, it just goes to show how much of a Hall of Fame defender he is. And, I think he cements his name in that every single night. I think Giannis, Zion, and Paolo has been his best three performances so far this year. And we trust him. I think a little bit in that third quarter, we didn't, kind of trust it, and we were helping off Kuzma, and he made a couple threes. And Draymond was adamant that he has Giannis, he's good. And so I think we were able to take that out in the fourth quarter and let, Draymond take him on his own. And, for Giannis to only make 5 field goals as a guy who averages 20 points in the paint a night, that's really good.
I mean, after not having Jokic last night, do you think that Draymond almost turns it up even more, knowing he's going to face Giannis tonight?
I don't know if it's necessarily turning up, but we understood that we were going to make Giannis and Dame beat us. And you saw in that third quarter, we let Kuzma start going, and Prince got a 3. And so Draymond was just like, if we're going to lose, it's going to be Giannis beating me every time. And that's pretty much what we did. Got the ball out of Dame's hands as much as we could as well. And, ended up working out only 93 points.
You mentioned it a little bit there, but you've played with Draymond a couple of years now. Is that kind of one of his bigger pet peeves when you're over helping off guys that he has one-on-one?
I think so. As a player around Draymond, you got to find a healthy balance of doing what the coaches want, but when you're on the floor, doing what Draymond wants. And so it's just a balance you got to try to find because we kind of have our initial scouting report, what we're going to do, and then a lot of times it gets scrapped because Draymond sees something. And so you just got to find that balance, and I think we did that tonight.